Hello everyone. On today's episode of Meaningful Mondays with Neha, I have a very interesting personality and a very interesting topic that we are going to discuss today. It's on numbers. It's on numerology. So I have today's guest is going to be Roshni, who happens to be a very good friend of mine and is also a numerologist and a Vastu expert. So this whole number game is understood by her very well. She's been practicing this for last 4 years now and she's been very successful in what she's doing. So I thought it would be a great idea for a person like me who doesn't believe in this at all to just get a perspective of people who actually do this as a profession and how well it works for people or how well it doesn't work. Let's jump into the conversation and find out from her. So let's get started. Hi Roshni, welcome to be on my show and I'm so happy and thrilled to have you here today.
I'm equally pleased to join you, Neha, today.
Let's quickly jump into the conversation, Roshni. Now tell me, what are the basic principles of numerology? Like what does numerology run around?
I'll explain it to you in a very simple short story. It will give you the entire gist. It's like a person trying to trek up a mountain hill.
Okay.
So we consider the mountain hill as our life path. And when we try to do this trekking, we normally tend to use a stick to help you go faster and to remove your hurdles.
Right.
So in simple terms, numerology is this stick. A stick which will help you remove hurdles, a stick which will guide you the path, right path, wrong path, and a little extra push that you need while trekking. But you have to climb your life path, you have to do it on your legs.
Right.
So the stick is numerology.
So the effort is going to be ours, but then this just helps you get there, basically.
It makes it easier.
All right. That's really interesting, Roshni. Nice perspective you gave us of, how the concepts of numbers work. Now tell me one thing, what is the procedure you generally follow when you are actually doing numerology for someone? Like what's the format like?
Numerology is basically we deal with the name spelling and the birth date. So we take the date of birth, time, the full name spelling and the complete firm name if it's a business involved.
Okay.
And with those things we analyze everything. And people have repetitive numbers or missing numbers.
Okay.
Both are harmful or both create some problems in your life. So we give remedies according to all of this.
Okay, so basically you're saying it's just these two things in numerology that work. Basically either the names and the date of birth. These two are the only things.
Only things.
Okay, so nothing apart from this logic that you get into it actually.
Nothing, just these two.
Oh, okay. That brings me to my next question, Roshni, that how do you actually interpret these different numbers and what is the importance that they hold in our life, like, personally, professionally, love life, or, like different things like that?
So basically numbers from 1 to 9.
Okay.
Each number has a role. Each number provides us something. Like, let me give you an example of, let's say, number 1. Number 1 in our life governs our name, fame, and including our speech. Speech in the sense how well you express, how well you talk, like a profession you are.
Okay.
If you don't have at least 2 ones in your complete birth date, you cannot talk that well.
Oh.
So that way every number, if I tell you for number 5, which is the most, why I'm choosing 5 is it's the most important number a human should have. It's your number of your stability.
Okay.
Now stability governs your relationship, career, everything. We want our life to go like this. We don't want it to go like a graph pattern where it's going very high and then we're going very low. We don't want it that way. So for example, of a person's entire birth date, when you write down the complete birth date, if there is no digit 5 coming or it's not totaling up to 5, then it's that person faces stability issues.
Okay.
Life keeps going up, down, it doesn't go stable.
But then it would be like that certainly for different people, no, Roshni? Like as you said, profession like me just struck me. You said 2 ones, if they don't come, you cannot talk, and that's like surprising to me. Actually, 2 ones. I'm November born, so it's 11.
Yeah, so it's 11.
Yeah.
11. Other than that, if you're from the 19th century, you'll have one more one of the 1 and 9.
Okay, 19th century meaning?
In the sense, your year 19.
All right.
Whatever.
Yes, 19. Yes, right. Got it.
So
Okay.
like that.
Oh, so the entire number you mean to say it should be combining like that?
When we put down the whole birth date, how many ones when we can see?
All right.
More the ones, the more it helps you in your name, fame, and your speech.
All right.
Expression.
Okay.
Like if I would just want to give you a random example, like as I told you, every number represents something. So 9, which was like by default, since you were not understanding. 9 was something by default available in the entire century before 2000.
Correct. True.
And 9 is something which represents sympathy.
Okay.
Our sympathy towards the other human being. Also intelligence.
Okay.
But more, even along with intelligence, sympathy.
Okay.
And that was by default in the 100 years people that were born had 9.
9.
And now after 2000,
Right.
the default number is 2.
Right.
2 is a number of anxiety.
Oh.
And somehow it is repetitive twos.
Okay.
Because 2020, 21, 22, 20, like that,
Agreed.
So there are too many twos and the nines are gone. So
right.
the sympathy from this era of 20 years is gone. By default.
Okay.
And anxiety has entered by default.
Oh, so that's how the number game plays, pretty well. This is very interesting. Wow, this is like super interesting. I've got completely into it now. Tell me one thing now. That brings me to my next question. And in fact, I'm sure a lot of the people in the audiences also will have this one, that what is the success rate of these numerological predictions that you do? And what are the common misconceptions do you think that people have running around numerology?
I will first answer your later half question. Okay, what are the misconceptions?
Right.
The biggest misconception of numerology is, since it's a field of occult, people assume this is something like astrology. Astrology is more of a predictive science.
All right.
And numerology is more of a guidance science. There is not so much of predictions.
Okay.
It is there, but on a very minimal scale. It's more of a guidance. When to do, what not to do.
Okay.
If there is a problem, remedies for it.
Okay.
Why the difficulties are there. It's very scientific. It is not like the other occults. They're not just like talking and you cannot relate to it.
Right.
Everything here is so scientific. Like when we talk about a Mercury planet, let's say as I spoke to you about 5. I'm again bringing 5 because that plays a very important role in numerology. 5 denotes the Mercury planet. So when we talk about 5, missing, it's the Mercury. What does Mercury do? Thermometer?
Right.
Thermometer, inside we have Mercury. So if the thermometer falls, 2 qualities you yourself can relate. One, when the Mercury scatters, it on its own gathers back
together. Correct.
One. Second, it creates the balance when it's inside the thermometer.
Yes.
So that is what 5 denotes. It creates a balance in your life. So that's why we need the 5. Second, if God forbid you fall down rock bottom in your life, you know how to gather yourself and get back.
Oh, that's...
So every number is so scientific.
Okay.
If you're one born, it's your sun, it's related to sun. How is a sun? Like we know, it's very bright, it's everything like a sun. You shine that way, you are bold that way, you're aggressive that way in business.
Okay.
So it is very relatable science.
All right.
And there is not much of predictions. It's more of guidance and remedies.
So then, like the concept of like say, going the success rate, like on whatever you say, it's as you said, it's more of a guidance. So when people follow it in the right format, as you're saying, it helps. If you're
in the wrong business, we can guide you. If your name spellings are wrong, we correct that, align it. Like suppose 5 was missing, we would bring your name spelling to 5. That's a remedy. Okay. So that the benefits of 5 start reflecting.
Okay. Fine. That's super interesting. I never knew this side of this concept, and really nice that she's brought it up this way to us. Well, Roshni, that brings me to my final question to you, that what has been that one success story that you've had in your experience, or where this whole number guidance of has worked for somebody really in a big positive way?
See, first I got into this for a personal level, for my own life. I brought tremendous changes from my life, like really, really huge. The peace, the comfort what I got out of this is how it drove me to, start doing this professionally. And the most successful story, which I will tell you, more than successful, I would call it the most satisfying, soul satisfying, was for a childless couple.
All right.
And that childless couple ko we gave remedies, and that result when it came, the money what we get is different. On that particular story, that feel when she was pregnant, she conceived, and because they were really struggling over many, many years.
Yes, all right.
And and she really worked also. Everything that I told her, she really did. That feeling, that sense of satisfaction what you get, because that's the biggest thing. Not having a child is something very important. So helping her to conceive was my happiest moment. Really. It felt
so the complete. Whole number game, the whole numerologically, however you guided her, that helped her to have this thing.
Yes,
conceive. Oh,
because there's a number which rules this.
Oh,
the Venus planet.
All right. It's all right. Okay. That's super interesting, guys. I'm sure all of you would have got a very different perspective. I don't think a person like me who had no idea about it never thought that numbers could work so much, in terms of science and all of that. I'm sure all of you would have enjoyed this episode as much as I did, and would have gathered a lot of knowledge, at least the basics of it, that this is not like, as she rightly said, it's a prediction thing. But yes, it's something that will help you, guide you, your walking stick with which you can run up to your success or to whatever that you're looking at. Thank you, Roshni. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you, and the whole experience of, this knowledge that you have given us and to my audience. I'm sure it's going to help a lot of us. lot of them, and as you said, the satisfaction feeling is going to be immense out of this.
Thank you so much, Neha.
It was an amazing show. I had a great time and it gave me a very different perspective to numbers today. I never thought that, something like as basic as your birth date and your name could change so many things around you, or actually it works or it doesn't work. I'm sure all of you also, people who do not believe into this or who had no idea about it, at least would know something about it and would probably give a logical head to it. Do let me know how you enjoyed the episode, how it helped you, or if any of you guys want to take this help from Roshni, the details would be mentioned in the description box. And please let me know how it worked, what more you would like to see on Meaningful Mondays with Neha. Until then, it's me, Neha, saying bye.